these guys in Bethel, these are guys up in the Kuskokwim River. I mentioned these guys were Eskimos. They had the features of Eskimos. Now, I'm well aware that there's what's called natives or Indian natives and Eskimos. I know there's a difference. I've interviewed both of them. Actually, if they're sober, they're nice folks. If you're sober and not violent, you couldn't ask for nicer people. Anyway, these two guys escaped from the Bethel jail up in Alaska. Well, on the South Kuskokwim River. What do you think? What kind of people do you think they were? Yeah, these were either Eskimos or natives. I'm looking at them right here. Little Wilson Beaver, 43 years old, and Carl Koenig, 31. They were arrested by 2 Bethel police officers after an emergency dispatcher spotted them. Now, that's something. That's a good dispatcher. I wonder what she's going to get for helping to spot these guys. Now, an Alaska Department of Corrections spokeswoman, Megan Edge, would only say the escape is still under investigation. That's all. She would only say that. An Alaska trooper told Bethel Public Radio Station, KYUK, that the men wiggled out of a storm grate. Now, what's a state trooper who's supposed to be driving around in his car far, far away giving traffic tickets? Why would you use him as a source? Why wouldn't you make the warden say, Warden, here, we 3 questions, Warden, how'd they get out? And make him tell. Why you get some beat cop clear down the road and make him say he doesn't know if they got out of the storm gate. He was in his police car going across town when it happened, where he was supposed to be. Now, Beaver and Koenig both have violent histories. Troopers in Bethel warned residents the men should be considered dangerous because they have nothing to lose. Now, these guys look like wife beaters to me. One guy, sexual assault and burglary conviction stemmed from an incident in which Beaver entered a home in the village of Napasakiak and put a knife to a female offender's throat while her children slept and threatened her with violence in exchange for sex. You see how they soften the language? Threatened her with violence in exchange for sex. Hey, how about rape at knife point? He raped at knife point, and the sentence for that is death. That's called the death sentence. But, and who said this? Troopers. Yeah, guys in the car, guys driving the car around told you this. Beaver also has a first-degree sexual assault conviction. The other inmate, Carl Koenig, has a history of assault convictions. At the time of the escape, he was in jail on 2 felony assault charges, including one involving a serious injury with a weapon. Now, both these cats were both seen in video surveillance at 11:21 on Friday. Now, it was not clear how or when jail employees discovered they were gone. Where's the warden? Get the warden up. Say, sir, on the tape, how many staff were involved on duty when they escaped? How many? Number 2, were they at their post? 3, you say it's not clear. What did the tape show? No one ever asks the hard questions, do they? Because these guys are getting ready to run for the school board or for a political thing. They're not supposed to ask the hard questions. This is the Yukon Kuskokwim houses about 200 male and female inmates, mostly pretrial detainees awaiting resolution of their cases. Now, here's the deal. The last person to escape an Alaska prison was also a violent sex offender. Back just as in 2015, the old sex offender Kevin Tuckfield, he escaped the high security unit from mentally ill prisoners at Anchorage Jail. Whatever happened there? Whoever got in trouble for that? It's not clear what Beaver and Koenig did during the day and night they were out of jail. That's great. Both will be charged with escape according to the DOC. They're going to be charged with escape. That's neat. Now that everything's out, the horse is out of the barn, you can't find the warden to make a statement, but Edge, the security person, says that now they're in high security supervision. I'm not going to read this next one, but I'll give you part of it. It says, Aussie fugitive demands $3.5 million in Bitcoin for media interview after Bali prison escape. And I'm here at the coffee shop and, all the stuff going on here. What we've got going on, this is the guy that escaped this high security prison. And he's running loose right now. He's taunting police. You probably haven't heard this on the media if you don't come to Prison News or someplace like it to keep up with this stuff. This guy's out there, he says, you give me $3.5 million, and he taunts police. He's 1 minute he's over in Singapore or something like that, Indonesia. Next minute he's here and there. He dug his way through a waste tunnel or something. Now they say that he's reaching out to a reporter in the Australian News Corporation demanding Bitcoin in return for an interview. He describes them as the holy grail of journalism. Boy, this guy's got a silver tongue, doesn't he? He finds a journalist, says, boy, you're the holy grail of journalism. Get me some Bitcoins, and I'm going to give you the story how I got out of this thing. Now, someone purported to be his sister, of course, is handling this. And now the price has gone way up. He's using something called Wicker, WICKR, a Snapchat-like messaging app with an auto-delete feature, Davis and Sitzer wrote. This guy's no Edward Snowden, but he is smart as a whip to get out of this place. Now this guy, he checks in at McDonald's in Singapore, and then he taunts police, and he goes to Barbados, in a coastal village, living up the high life, taunts police. You don't get this kind of stuff very often unless you read the old Pinkerton stories about the Wild West. Well, the guys actually did, rob a train for the equivalent of $2 or $3 million of today's dollars, and ran around saloons and drank it up and went down to South America and then came back. Folks, this is the end for Prison News. I'm your host. Thank you for stopping by. Again, I'm in a coffee shop. Those of you tuning in late, in the coffee shop about 3 blocks away from an actual correctional facility with wire and prison guards, the whole thing. There's a particular vibe in this coffee shop, isn't there? People put their coffee down hard on the table. They clank the glass hard. The music's louder than normal. The coffee is stronger. The downturned faces, there's a certain emptiness in the faces here. The eyes are dull. This is what it's all about. Glad you could stop by. Let's go ahead and ring the prison bell. I can't wait to get out of this coffee shop. Take care. God bless all of you. And bye from now. Prison News out.